everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and it's day 2 of my 12 days of Star Wars. Today I'm looking at the Hallmark Star Wars Luke Skywalker Keepsake Ornament released in 1997. Now, Luke Skywalker made his first on-screen appearance in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. However, this particular Luke Skywalker is taken right from the film The Empire Strikes Back, when Luke goes to Bespin to save his friends from the Empire. Now, I might be jumping the gun a little bit. I like the model, but I think something's a little off with the face sculpt. And we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Now, having said all that, if you've been watching my channel, you'll all know that Nine Nub is my favorite alien character in Star Wars. But when it comes to my all-time favorite, it is Luke Skywalker without a doubt. I love everything about the character. I love how he was just a farm boy, and then he's tragic. His uncle and aunt burned alive, goes with the space wizard known as Obi-Wan. He perishes, and what we see is he bonds with Princess Leia and Han Solo, and we see that evolve in The Empire Strikes Back, and he risks it all to save them. And once we see him turn into the Jedi Knight in Return of the Jedi, again, he risked everything to save his father's soul, basically, and turn him back to the light. And I love that story. He's all about hope and being basically a positive force. Now, with the new movies, he is what he is, whatever, I'm not talking about that. But in the original trilogy, he is my favorite character without a doubt. And I can't wait to look at this ornament, so let's crack this baby open. So, looking at the ornament size, Luke stands at 3 3/4 inches tall, which is pretty nice, and we do have a lot to look at. We're going to take a look at the box, the mold, the paint job, hang it from a tree, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. Alright, let's take a quick look at the box. We have the Hallmark logo, keepsake ornament, picture of our ornament, very nice. Luke Skywalker, Star Wars. And Luke Skywalker is number 1 in the new collector's series. Price tags taken off. Hallmark logo, blank on both sides. On the bottom, we have copyright crap. Pretty cool. And then on the back, we have a nice paragraph. If you would like to read it, please pause the video and continue when you're done. And then on the bottom, we have handcrafted, dated 1997. So, nice looking box. So now let's take a look at the ornament itself. And here we have the mold of Luke Skywalker, and I have to say, on the whole, I'm pretty happy with this bad boy. His clothing, boots, belt, and lightsaber were all done nicely. However, I do have to say, I don't like his face sculpt. Looks a little like a Cro-Magnon, and we'll get to that in just a bit. But like in all my ornament reviews, I will go over all the major sections of the ornament, and then we'll get nice and close to see all the fine details. So up first, we have Luke Skywalker's head. Looking pretty good. I love the hair on him. Then we have his nice suit, seen in The Empire Strikes Back. Pretty cool. We have his flaps, different types of folds and wrinkles. Pretty awesome. We have his belt, complete with blaster and different pockets. His boots, which look pretty good. I think they came out great. Here's from the back. And then we have his lightsaber, which is ignited. And it is a little fragile, so be careful with that. And before we continue, on the back of the ornament, we do have the ornament loop on Luke's shoulders. So, having said all that, that's all the major sections of the ornament, so now let's get a closer look. Alright, getting as close as I can to the Luke Skywalker ornament's mold, we can see some nice detailing on his face. We have his lips, his nose, his eyes. Now, where I think the sculpt fails here is right there on his brow, just big and kind of slumps over. Sort of like a caveman. And I don't know, I don't really dig it. Does anybody else see what I'm talking about right there? I don't know, kind of weird. Regardless, some nice detail in here, and especially on his hair. I think that came out great. We could see a little bit of his ear here. Pretty cool. Turning the ornament around. Some more nice details. His other ear. And on the top of his head. Looking pretty cool. Now coming down, his neck doesn't really have any detail, but here we have his jacket. Nicely done. We have some pockets here. Amazing stuff. I love the wrinkles. Nicely done. On the sides, look at all that. Pretty cool. Turning it around. Awesome stuff. We have our ornament loop. And on the other side, little folds here and there. Now for his arm, Nicely done with the folding. Pretty cool. Little cuffs here and his fist. Pretty cool. Nice. And on the back of that arm, for the other arm, we have a pocket right in the front. Looking cool. More folds. Coming down, another cuff. Nicely detailed. We have his hand grasping the lightsaber hilt, which looks pretty nice. We have some line work down here, all the way around, which is cool. Then we have the lightsaber itself, which is very metallic. You can see a little glitter in there for the silver. Pretty nice. And then the blade is very smooth. And again, I gotta say, it's very fragile, so be careful with that. And moving on, we do have his belt, which I think came out pretty good. Trying to get it focused for all of you. We have his buckle, the belt strap going around. We have a pouch on the right-hand side, lightsaber hook, another 2 pouches, which I think are detailed very nicely. You can see the little flaps there. 1997 on the back of the belt. Copyright crap on Luke's butt cheek. And then coming around, we have his holster, complete with blaster, which looks very nice. And then a strap around his right leg, which is pretty cool. And you can see the strap is hanging down with 3 little buttons there. Nice. Now for his pants, we do have some seam lines, a couple folds, 2 pockets in the front. Looking good coming down. Lots of folding here up to the boot. Same for this side. I love the detail there. Very nice. Now for 1997, this isn't a bad ornament at all. Looking really good. Coming up to Luke butt. And down the other side. Very cool. And then to conclude with this mold, we have the boots, which I think look really good. I love all the little folding here and the straps. Very nice. I think they came out great. I love the crevices in the front. Pretty cool. Let's check out the back of that boot. Look at that, really neat. And for the right hand boot, well, the right side boot, I should say. Come around, more folds. Pretty awesome. Again, look at the crevice there. Filled in with that wash. Pretty nice. And for the interior, looking good. And that does it for the mold on the Luke Skywalker ornament. You know, for being an older ornament, this does have a lot of great detailing on here. I think they did a great job. I love the belt and all the folds in the clothing and boots. Really sharp. So now let's take a look at the paint. Now looking at the paint of Luke Skywalker, this ornament features 12 different colors. And I think it's a nice paint job on here. First color up, nice light brown for his hair. Looking cool. Then he has blue and white for his eyes, and we'll get a close-up of that. And here we have Luke Skywalker's eyes, as you can see, white and blue. Moving on, he has a nice peach skin tone for his head, neck, and hands. Pretty nice. Then we have his main suit, which is a nice tan color. And on top of that, we do have a dark tan or even a light brown wash, which fills in all the little folds and wrinkles and really brings the ornament to life. You can see it in his crotch there, by his rib cage and abdomen. Really nice. Then moving down to his midsection, we have his beautiful looking belt. A nice brown on there going all the way around. Pretty cool on all the little pouches as well. Then we have silver for the buttons on his pouches, his lightsaber hook, his buckle. You can see a little silver right there on the button. Pretty nice. Glossy black for the gun. And just an amazing job. And if you look real close, you can see some silver down here as well. Excellent job there. And then speaking of silver, we also have silver on his lightsaber hilt, as well as black, and a nice electric blue for his blade, which came out really cool. And moving down, we have these nice colored boots here, which are a real dark tan. I think it came out pretty good. We have the light tan straps going around them as well. And we do have that nice wash on there, which really makes all the detail pop. Pretty cool. And on the bottom, it's just a flat tan. All in all, a nicely painted ornament. So now let's hang this baby from a tree, and then we'll be done. Now to hang your ornament, you get an ornament hook like so, slide it through, bend the tip so it doesn't fall off, and just like that, hang it on a tree like so, and you're good to go. And that does it for day 2 of my 12 days of Star Wars. Today we looked at the Hallmark Star Wars Luke Skywalker Keepsake Ornament released in 1997, and again for its size, it's 3 3/4 inches tall. Now I'm going to cut to the chase. I like this ornament. The Empire Strikes Back is one of my favorite films of all time. Having said that, I do not like the face sculpt that much. I think something's off. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. But body-wise, the suit he's wearing, the belt and holster, the boots, and the lightsaber, spot on. It looks great. Now, if you have kids, I would suggest, keeping an eye on the lightsaber. It is a little flimsy. If you drop it the wrong way or give too much force on that blade, it will snap. So keep an eye on that. Now, moving on from the mold, let's talk about the paint. I'm digging it. I love the whole palette they chose for this ornament, and I think it suits Luke Skywalker on Bespin quite well. Now, if you want to find this ornament, I would suggest shopping for it on eBay or Amazon. So that's everything I have to say about Luke Skywalker today. I hope you enjoyed my little review. If you did, hit that like button. And if you'd like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Hallmark Star Wars review. Bye, everybody.